The Best Cartoon Award, sponsored by Daimler, goes to Patrick Chappatte of the New York Times. Patrick is now going to present some of his cartoons and give us a welcome dose of comic relief.
Hello. I am so incredibly humbled and honored to be receiving this award for the third time. But it feels like the first time. It does. It is actually the first time I'm receiving a cartoon award from the OPC that is not named the Thomas Nast Award. They changed the name of the award after some group complained about what they felt were Thomas Nast's racist depiction of Irish immigrants in 19th century New York. Immigration was an issue back then. It was. But you know, disparaging migrants and minorities, that's not something cartoonists do. No, only US presidents do it. You remember Trump's comments about, you know, people coming from shithole, excuse my French, countries. He wished he could have better quality migrants. Yes, he mentioned Norwegians. I guess Irish people are okay too. You know, this year we're going to mark a big anniversary. In November 1989, the Berlin Wall came down. And 30 years after that, when a US president meets the German chancellor, this is what happens. Tear down that wall, used to say a US president back then. And you have to give Reagan some credit for bringing down the USSR. And you have to give Donald Trump some credit for okay, at least he did not collude with Vladimir Putin in attacking NATO. No collusion, only a real macho friendship. You know, Donald Trump likes strong men. He feels good with them. He was very happy to meet Kim Jong-un of North Korea. They had a conversation. This is the time we live in. This is the era of the strong man. This is the era of walls, you know, physical walls, trade walls. Who's going to pay for that wall? You know, political cartoons have this unique ability to jump over walls. With the New York Times, since 2018, we've been translating and publishing cartoons on the New York Times and Espanol website and on the New York Times Chinese website. It's the power of cartoons. They have this ability to speak to people all over the world. And it's a fascinating world. Look at the United Kingdom. Theresa May has been running around trying to get that Brexit deal and, you know, yeah, hitting walls. Mohammed bin Salman of Saudi Arabia has been very busy, you know, reforming his country, opening up possibilities for the young generation. Now, if you are a woman in Saudi Arabia, you can drive. If you are a kid and you want to see American movies, you can see American movies. If you want to be a journalist. Boeing is having a hard time with the 737 MAX. And when they will be done upgrading the software, just imagine that moment when we will have to embark on one of those planes. But there is hope. There is hope. There is a young generation rising up and asking for, you know, action on climate now. Well, they are kids. They don't know. Just last week, we all saw this fascinating image. Fascinating. I couldn't help but look at it. Look at that shape. Okay. Aren't we all a bit obsessed by Trump? Isn't he like a black hole sucking up all the oxygen in the media? We are having an overdose. Someone has to come up with a Trump filter. You know, when that cartoon was published, readers pointed out that there are actually Trump filters available for your browser. There is a Chrome extension called Make America Kittens Again that will turn every photo of the orange one into a photo of a cat. It's true. So would that filter work with a cartoon? Let's try that with a cartoon. So you take a classic Trump cartoon, and then what happens if you try to apply the cat filter? It's an honor and a privilege to be a cartoonist for the New York Times. Thank you very much.